Good morning, or konnichiwa. Okay, today I want to talk a little bit about ninjutsu and the myths of ninjutsu. Hey, guys, my cup is empty. Weird. Never mind, sorry about that. So, what do we know about ninjas? Well, apparently from my research and did over a few years, there's only a very few exclusive schools worldwide, one being the Bujinkan. I think that's a little bit strange. When you look at it's karate, there are so many different organisations worldwide. Why? Because lots of people have different ideas on how it should be perceived. The same applies to judo and to aikido and the other very prominent Japanese martial arts. Even in Wing Chun, there are so many style variations. It's unreal. It's out there. So it surprises me that there are only like maybe 3 ninjutsu schools worldwide. Maybe there's a few more than that. Let's face it, anybody that knows anything about ninjutsu would know that these guys show up in black with their faces covered. There's a clue in that. Maybe because they don't want to be recognised. If you look at all of the old movies, you'll find that these guys only showed up when some samurai or shogun was up to no good and somebody wanted them dead. Hence the word assassin. Okay? So, with that in mind, if you think of a ninja as an assassin, what are the key fundamentals an assassin really needs? For one, stealth. The ability to be invisible is very important. That's kind of commando-like, really, if you think about it. Definitely an ability to use weapons, because what's the point of being able to hide if you can't use any weapons? Also, the ability to fight close combat. Wow, really sounds like we're talking about some kind of commando guy here, really, isn't it? Or an assassin. Now, if you take away the ninja aspect of all of this, and then you look at, there are plenty of movies all about assassins and how they like to kill people. Bearing in mind, it's always illegal to kill somebody, and that's why they're called assassins, and you don't know where they are, because it's important that they don't get caught, because they go to jail. Okay? So, what are the primary weapons of an assassin? Well, poison is one. Sometimes they like to strangle. Some like to kill close quarters with a sharp blade. It's even been known to take a syringe, and I'm not going to tell you how to do that because some idiot will try and do it. Other things, long range sniping is another way. Short range shooting with a silencer. I like it. Okay, so there are lots of different ways. So you might well say they're ninjas after all. So, you know, another very useful weapon that the ninja uses is poison. And you'll have seen those throwing stars and those pointy sticks that they carry and keep concealed. Those pointy sticks can't necessarily kill you on impact, but the poison on the tip will. Okay, so keep that in mind. So, please keep that in mind when thinking about what martial arts are and what they're all about. There's always a little bit more for the educated person to explore. Okay. Now, if you actually look at the history of the ninja, the ninjutsu really stems, like most things, from the Chinese martial arts. Okay. Because, let's face it, Japan is just a teeny tiny little island off the mainland of China and Korea and such like. So that was either a very exclusive group of people who went around fighting each other and really had a lot of ideas, or they got ideas from somewhere else. Just like karate, there were sects of, from my research, of ninja, but they weren't called ninja in those days. They were called by a Chinese name. It's freely available on the internet to go and check that out. And basically they eventually ran off, escaped from China, because they were pretty much wanted, and they ended up in Japan. Well, they would have mingled with the locals and passed on their skills, and therefore you see Ninjutsu as you see it today. So I'm going to do an introductory DVD of the sword basics, including some of the katas. Ninjas train differently to the samurai, so the two swords should not be mixed up. The samurai use the sword in a very serious way, following the code of Bushido. The ninjutsu guys, the ninjas, really don't care. It's just a tool. Just like this is a tool. Okay, they use those to get the job done. Well, I'm thanking you for listening today, and I'm sure I'll get a few thumbs up and definitely a few thumbs down. But seriously, I'm not out to offend anybody. It's just my take on it. If you've learned something from it, then please take it away and use it. If you didn't like it, then that's your prerogative. That's all good. So, till the next time, you take care. Bye now.